Now check on the media sector's performance on the share market this week. Chris Weston's with us from IG in Melbourne. Chris, we talked a little bit about the 10 update today. How's the market reacted? Oh, we can't get the reaction of Chris because his line has just dropped out. That's fine. We've got our next guest coming up. One you will very much enjoy too. The media and production company MCM Media, well known to many of you, has merged with digital agency Igloo and has relaunched as a new marketing service entity, Authentic Entertainment. MCM Media produces independent content, including the syndicated radio show Take 40. So what's behind this merger and what will this new strategy involve? To tell us more about it, we're joined by John Wardley, CEO of the new Authentic Entertainment. Thank you very much, John, and great to have you on the show.
Pleasure to be here, thank you.
And it's great you've turned up.
I'm here.
Tell us about the rebrand. Does this transition actually indicate some kind of new business direction, I suppose?
Look, in a sense it does. It's been a big week for us, obviously. Two very established, proud businesses with MCM Media and Igloo coming together. The idea behind it was that we have, a lot of digital smarts with our agency Igloo and incredible content creation capability with the media business. We figured that, as an offer, as a holistic offer, we'd be a lot stronger together than separate. So that was the thinking going into it. In terms of what we're going to be doing now versus what we've been doing in the past, sure, we're still going to be producing the kind of radio content we've been doing before, but there's a whole bunch of new initiatives that we're kicking off under the umbrella of Authentic Entertainment that represent new ground for us. Some of them I can't talk about at the moment because they're confidential. No, I'm sorry. But I will. I promise you I will. But no, some really cool stuff. So it's certainly not more of the same. It's a lot of new stuff as well.
On the other hand, are there parts of the business that maybe haven't been performing as you'd wished, maybe sectors or things that you might, OK, we'll put this on the back burner and focus on something else?
Yeah, not necessarily parts of the business, but I think approaches. Going out and trying to sell spots and dots to advertisers is less relevant today. As you know, James, I have a client background. Many years I was a media buyer, and I can tell you that, the level of interest in buying spots and dots has just decreased dramatically. Clients are looking for ideas. They're looking for ways to connect their brands to consumers, and that's what our business is intending to do. In fact, our mission statement is connecting brands to consumers better than anyone else, and our currency is going to be ideas. So delivering those ideas are what clients today are looking for versus just ads, and I think that's a fundamental difference in how we go to market.
So when you see it on the press release, they talk about partners. It's not just a fancy word for sponsorship, but actually there's a real difference now, isn't it?
Absolutely, yeah. It's a true partnership in every sense of the word, and it has to come from understanding the client's business. So understanding their brand, understanding their consumer base, and understanding how we can help connect that brand to that consumer.
The company was listed previously. I'm just interested, and this is always a fascinating thing, in order to change business models and actually get some traction, momentum behind a change like the one you're talking about. Yeah. Did it need to delist? I mean, what difference did that make?
No, I actually wasn't with the business when it delisted, but not an awful lot of difference from what I understand. I think that the reason for doing it at the time was that the board decided that being listed wasn't really helping the business in any way. Our shareholding is fairly tight. We've got a few individuals who have a lot of the shares in the business. And I think the senior management was spending probably too much time reporting and not enough time running the business. So that was really the reason why, to be frank with you. And I think since that delisting took place, which was about 18 months ago now, I believe, we've had a lot more management focus on running the business and also thinking about the future versus today and the present. And really that's what the two businesses coming together is all about. It's a statement about the future and where we can be versus where we've been.
John, tell us a little bit about your executive team. Broadcast director Sam Thompson. Yep. I know her very well from a radio background.
She's a genius.
She's still with you there.
Yeah, she certainly is.
A few new people. What skills were you looking for in the new team?
Again, to go into the market with a holistic marketing offer, you need a holistic set of skills. So my background is marketing. We found a fantastic digital guy in Chris Derrick, who was with Cricket Australia and had done some tremendous work there with the Nine Network, actually, and the Ashes last year. Jonathan Hopkins, who is a marketing strategist and ran one of the stronger media agencies in Razor, and Danica Johnson, who is the most recent recruit, and Danica is probably the top radio sales lady in Australia, I would like to say, and she's come to us from DMG, and she's running national sales for us. We're about to announce a new national creative director as well, who we have recruited, but we can't name that person just yet. So, and that I think underlines the focus on creativity and ideation moving forward.
So, I mean, you've got lots of exciting things down the pipeline. It sounds like you're pretty excited.
Back, right?
Yeah, that's what I was just thinking. I'm sure there'll be another spot.
I'll come back.
Can I ask about the digital media business in general, though? When we think about loyalty in media these days, is the digital audience less loyal than maybe they used to be with the traditional media business?
Look, you know what? As a dad, I'd say yes. Looking at my kids, but I think there's just so much more choice. So I'm not sure it's about loyalty. I think there's so many more options for kids, certainly in the digital space. So I'm not sure that they consider it loyalty. It's what they find interesting and what's adding value to them. So you've got to be part of that. If you're not, you're ignored. I think that's today's reality.
John, we were just talking to EY about their survey of media executives, and there was this big appetite for acquisitions and people looking for things they could bolt onto their business. Does Authentic have access to funds if you find things, look, we could add that and it'd immediately help out?
Well, never say never, James. I mean, we've only just come together this week, obviously, with these two businesses. Our focus at the moment is getting our offer out there and right for the market. But certainly a point in the future, most definitely, we'd look at opportunities. We're also very interested in strategic alliances, so not necessarily acquisitions. It could be joint ventures. It could be alliances in the market with like-minded businesses. I think there's a lot of opportunity there as well.
Good stuff. John, thank you so much. It's really great to have you in
Thanks
studio
for
on the
having
show.
me.
Yeah, it does sound like we need to follow up at some point. John Wardley, thank you from Authentic Entertainment. Now we can have a check on the media sector's performance on the share market this week. Chris Weston is with us from IG. Thank you very much, Chris. We mentioned the 10 update earlier on revenues and costs. Just walk us through the market reaction. Pretty savage, hey?
Yeah, pretty savage, and you wouldn't expect anything less. I mean, this is a stock that, if you are in the media sector, you're going to sort of struggle to find a really long-term investment case anyway. But the stock's down about 7%. Not really too surprised. I mean, they said 3.5% to 4.5% below last year. That would put them on a revenue number of 602 to 608 million. The market was actually looking for 663 million, which was a slight increase. So yeah, big disappointment there today, and it's really down to the audience share, which is below market share as well. So 7%. I think that's a fair reflection of the given the news flow there.
Chris, what other media stocks are you finding the brokers are really talking about, really kind of capturing their attention at the moment?
Well, I'm sure you've been talking about it anyway, but there's been a lot of focus on the SMI data that's come through. We've seen a couple of brokers looking to downgrade EPS for a few different stocks. Goldman Sachs lowering their expectations for the ad market revenue for quite a few stocks for this year, and especially with the ad market spend likely to drop off into the second half. So I think Seven West seems to be a stock that a lot of people have been warming to. Goldman Sachs have cut their price target to $1.95, but there's still good upside there. And we've actually seen Credit Suisse saying that this is one of their preferred buys. To their price target, there's still about 35% upside to there, and it's still got a 7% yield. So despite lower ad market spend, that's still a good space to be in as well. And Goldman Sachs, despite this, have said that you need to be in structural winners. So you need to be in car sales, you need to be in Seek. In the audience share side of things, stay in Channel 9. I think that seems to be a pretty logical place to be at the moment.
Chris Weston, thanks for the update.
Thank you.
Thanks. And coming up on Media Week, some moves in the top 3 news websites this week. Details ahead.